On September 28th, Hurricane Ian, a Category 4 storm, made landfall in Fort Myers, Florida. One of the strongest storms to ever hit Florida, it took several lives and left catastrophic and heartbreaking damage and seemingly endless piles of debris in its wake. Steve and I have traveled to Fort Myers to help with cleanup, joining disaster relief organization Samaritan's Purse and hundreds of other volunteers to try to bring help and the hope and love of Jesus to this hard-hit area. There are glimpses of normalcy returning, but the road to recovery will be a long one. Today, we share our experience with you and hope you'll join us and remember the loss and needs of those who have been so hard hit. We arrived at the Samaritan's Purse Command Center for Disaster Relief in Fort Myers in time to check in and get some much-needed showers. You gonna go through the stinker? All right, catch you later. What'd you say?
That's the laundry.
Oh, you could just jump in the laundry. All right. All right, it's time to get cleaned up before our orientation.
All right, so we made it here to Samaritan's Purse headquarters for disaster relief in Fort Myers, Florida.
We got showered and we met some of the other team already, and we've already made some friends. We got to get up bright and early tomorrow morning, so we're going to call it a night now. This.
Let's do it.
We had a set schedule each day, and it felt quite a bit like we were at camp. We started each day packing our lunches with more options than we could have ever imagined.
I don't know who Stan and Hilda are, but we're stealing their lunch.
We'd have breakfast and devotions as a group and then get our work assignment for the day. We'd head out to the field with our team and get to work. We would take a break to eat our packed lunches, put in some more work, and then typically wrap up around 4 or 4:30 p.m. We'd head back to the command center to get showered and then have dinner as a group, all the food made by an incredible cook. In the evening, we had free time, which we often spent playing games or talking with fellow volunteers. The next day, we'd do it all over again. Since today was our first day, before we could get started, we had to go through a safety orientation, get our Orange Samaritan's Purse volunteer shirts, and meet our team.
For the next few minutes, we'll guide you through what you can expect while volunteering with Samaritan's Purse.
When people go through storms, many times people don't know what to do, they don't know where to go, they've lost their home, they've lost their cars, they've lost loved ones, and when you come and help them to sort through the mess that is in front of them, you've got a great opportunity to love them and do it in God's name, His Son, Jesus Christ. He's the only one who can change a life. He's the only one who can give hope.
All right, and here we go.
All right, well, in case we haven't already said it, good morning.
Good morning.
We just finished up our orientation and had a magnificent breakfast. Samaritan's Purse looks to be a pretty well-oiled machine. They've got things figured out, logistics and leaders, and box trucks just full of tools and equipment.
Yeah.
So we're en route to the assignment for today, our first assignment anyway.
So hopefully we'll be able to show you a few different scenes as we travel around today. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit overwhelming. We followed the truck to our first assignment, the home of an elderly widow and refugee from Romania that had been in her home for 45 years.
I had fruit. My God, you wouldn't believe it.
The entire first level of the home had flooded, leaving behind dirt, extensive water damage, and mold. We cleaned windows and floors, removed ruined furniture and appliances, removed water-damaged drywall, and treated wood to prevent the growth of any more mold. After accomplishing the items on our work order, but wishing we could do more, we packed up and spent some parting moments with the homeowner before moving on to the next project for the day. After each project is completed, Samaritan's Purse teams present the homeowner with a Bible that the team has all signed.
What we would like to do is to leave this with you and present this to you.
Yeah, but you'd have to all sign it because I don't know who. Oh! Ask and you receive.
So we have all signed it,
I prayed this morning.
and the team that was here the other days, they've all signed
Yes.
it too.
Oh my
And,
God.
The next location had also been flooded with several feet of water. We spent the bulk of our time removing compromised drywall and insulation. Samaritan's Purse is a non-denominational Christian organization that provides spiritual and physical aid to victims of war, natural disasters, disease, famine, poverty, and persecution in more than 100 countries, with the purpose of sharing God's love through His Son, Jesus Christ. The Samaritan's Purse U.S. Disaster Relief Team maintains a constant state of readiness, monitoring weather conditions and emerging natural threats around the nation in order to respond at a moment's notice to help victims of natural disasters. Samaritan's Purse team members are often first on the scene.
She's having fun.
I am.
Captain Disrupto.
Yeah. Cool.
Alrighty, well, we finished up our first work day. It's almost 5 p.m. It was very busy, a lot of hard work, but it was rewarding work. It was nice to meet a couple homeowners and help them out in a time of need. It was great getting to know our co-workers.
Yeah, we had a great team that we were working with today. We got a lot done. It was exhausting. We're both, I think, probably pretty tired and sore now.
Yep.
Feeling pretty grubby. A lot of dust and some mold and stuff.
I probably inhaled a pound of dust.
So both houses we worked on today, it was pretty much just water damage from flooding. So it's been a lot of cleaning out stuff that was damaged by the water, and then the last house we were cutting out a lot of the drywall. They got moldy, tearing out insulation and things like that. So the areas we've been in, it's not visibly as bad. You can see piles as you drive around. It's out by the road. You can tell people have cleaned out their homes. It's nothing like what we've seen, the footage in Fort Myers beach area, where like just stuff is all over. So it's kind of interesting to see the different degrees of damage. But no matter the area, you know, the damage that happens at your house is hard. So I know these homeowners have been really appreciative of us coming in and helping. Looking forward to getting back at it tomorrow. Well, I think we start about 8 o'clock in the morning, getting together with our team. We'll be with the same team tomorrow, and then we work until about 4:30ish. So we're gonna go back. Things are super organized with Samaritan's Purse. The food is, we've already seen, is phenomenal. They've got a lot of food, so we're gonna head back and have a time together, the full group, and have some dinner and get showered.
They really do have it all figured out.
Yeah.
They've got a big box truck filled with tools. Then we get back to the headquarters, the local makeshift headquarters. They have showers there, and like Audrey said, a ton of food, and
Yeah.
they know what they're doing.
And a lot of volunteers. I was surprised that there's actually so many volunteers. and some have come from Australia, a bunch of different states. So it's been pretty neat. So during the time of the disaster relief cleanup, they've got all the tolls suspended. So that's kind of nice. This morning we made quick work of finishing up at the home we'd been at yesterday, and then moved on to another assignment, a home with a back porch destroyed by the high winds of the storm. Oh, and here comes Doug 7.
Yeah.
And there it's done.
So our team wrapped up a little bit early this afternoon after helping out a couple homeowners. So we decided to drive down to Fort Myers Beach, and the devastation is remarkable. You see pictures and videos online and the news, and it doesn't always do it justice until you drive the streets and go back to some of the places that we were at this past spring. Just devastated. Really, heart goes out to these people.
Wow. So this is where we just were in the spring. Here's where the pier was, and all the buildings. Here, I think to the left is where that square was, where we watched the performers.
Yeah,
right here.
This alleyway right here.
Yep.
We sat right on that curved
Yep.
concrete.
So we sat right there.
Performers, bands, everything. Right to the pier.
It really is quite overwhelming to see everything, but it's also amazing just to see the resilience in people. We saw signs all around, and we saw the trash heaps, but on the trash heaps there are signs with hearts painted and sayings about hope and things getting better. So I think, we as people, we want to try to bounce back quickly and stay positive. I think people are going to fight and work hard to clean up the area. Kind of wonder too how many people are not going to come back. We've already heard of some people who had just recently moved down and they're just going to put the place up for sale and get out. But yeah, it's just crazy to see. But it's really encouraging too, the time we've been spending with the team that we've been working with, just to know that there's people willing to come together to help others. We've been seeing that so much, and just to see all these people back there, working to clean up the area. Obviously a lot are paid, but just a lot of people working together hard to get things back to normal. And guess we just want to encourage you guys to not forget the area. It's easy after something happens to forget about it, but there's a lot of ways to help, giving money to organizations who are involved or coming down and volunteering. There's all kinds of different ways. But I think the people just need encouragement and support and that hope. And so that's one thing that's been really neat these last few days, to be able to give that to the people we've been visiting and to see just the love that's pouring out from people who are down here helping out. One of the greatest sadnesses for a lot of these people is all the photos that they lose. We're spending some time here today. We try to salvage some of these. So sad.
This is in the middle of the neighborhood. Look at this, shrimp boat.
Hey,
Hey, what?
you owe me ice cream.
Look at these beasts.
Yes.
Woohoo! Here's Steve's pretty work foot.
Samaritan's purse.
Samaritan's purse foot.
Yeah.
I think you need new sneakers.
Next promotional packet.
Good morning, guys. We are on day 4 here volunteering with Samaritan's Purse. We were actually originally going to go back home yesterday, or it was going to be our last day volunteering. But it's been such a really neat experience, and we've loved working with our team so much that we decided to extend, and we're going to be working again today. Things are a little different today. We had a team leader that was here from Australia. He's heading back home today. He and I think 3 others are going back. They've been here for 4 weeks. That's one of the really cool things about serving, is just how many people are here given their time to do that. And from places as far as Australia. We've got a couple that showed up this morning from Minnesota. We got people from Texas, all over the place. So today we're getting a little bit of a different team. We've got some of our teammates with us, but some new ones as well. And we're doing something different. Today we're actually mudding out a trailer. And we've got a pretty big crew, so hopefully we'll get it done quickly. But having the van to do all this has been a godsend. It really makes it a lot easier, especially since we have our cat and we want to take her with us on the road. All the other volunteers, mostly that are staying here or working here, are in rooms in the church that we're staying at. There's a few other people that are actually camping out in the parking lot like we are at night, but the majority are staying inside. And that can be challenging. We got people who are snoring or doing other things, and it's just nice for us to be able to be in our own bed at night. So that's been really nice. And we're also driving to the sites every day, and that's another convenient thing, that we can go to the bathroom or wash up, change, or do whatever we need to do, since we've got our little home on wheels with us.
Gotta air out my stinky socks somebody.
Your destination is on the left.
There's a pretty big crew here that's already been hard at work cleaning out the trailer back here. The ladies just took a car to somewhere to go take a bathroom break because we don't have facilities that are working here. That's where it's nice to have this. Come in, use my mayonnaise jar, and get sunscreen and stuff. Now I'm gonna head back and work in the yard a little bit. There's a lot of guys that are working in the trailer. It's in pretty bad shape. They're gutting everything. They got the hard work going on. In 2021, more than 10,420 volunteers served with 329,000 hours with Samaritan's Purse, helping over 5,000 families recover from disasters.
What's up?
In Fort Myers, there were over 800 work orders after Hurricane Ian. When we left, there were only a couple hundred remaining. The opportunity to volunteer with Samaritan's Purse is something we are really thankful for and will cherish always. We went to serve, but ended up being blessed so much. It was an absolute privilege to serve with our team, seeing each individual working hard and pouring out love to the homeowners and also to each other. Our teammates quickly became friends with common bonds, and we look forward to seeing them again in the future, wherever and whenever that will be.
All right. Good morning, everybody. So we wrapped things up at Samaritan's Purse, had breakfast, one last breakfast with our crew, said our goodbyes, and wished everybody well.
It was really great working with all of them. It's been a really special time.
Yeah, it's kind of friendships forged by fire. You really kind of get into it quickly, and they're a very special group of people. I'm very honored and privileged to get to know them.
So now this morning, we are going to check out a little bit of the Fort Myers area before we get on the road to head back home. So we're here in the River District now of Fort Myers, just checking things out by the water. The crew we were with said there's a really touching memorial here to the people who have just died in the storm. So we're going to check that out a little bit. So I think it's really easy to see something like this on the news and to hear about lives lost and all the destruction. but it's really hard to fully comprehend it. It's really sobering to be here and to actually see all the pictures and to think that these were people's husbands, wives, sons, daughters, friends. There's been so much loss here, and it happens so much all over the world. I just hope that we do a better job of remembering people that go through all these disasters, that we don't forget when the news moves on to something next. I think just to see all these faces makes it a lot more personal and real. So you can see the recovery is still going on here downtown too. We enjoyed walking through the Riverfront district along First Street, admiring the buildings and public art installations. It was encouraging to see downtown Fort Myers starting to return to some semblance of normalcy, and we look forward to visiting again and seeing the continued progress.
I wonder if I can beat them.
I doubt it. They probably got a lot of practice. Hey, you skipped me. It's my turn.
Alright, well, we enjoyed looking around downtown Fort Myers a little bit. Now we are officially on our way back home. It was a great week. We were both pretty tired, but it's a good kind of tired, because you know that hopefully you help some people out. I just want to say a quick shout out to Jace, Jeremy's son. We were working with Jeremy a little bit yesterday on one of the projects. So that's it for this video. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one.